Hey, Whovians, tonight we are going to be wrapping up our 4-part collection special of the Excelis trilogy. Well, I just said trilogy and then 4-part special. That's a really great way to start off things. And I know Melanie's Melanie's clapping in the background. We're going to be wrapping up what originally was our 3-part trilogy of the Excelis with the great and wonderful Anthony Head, who passed away just recently. But there is a 4th episode that stars Bernice Summerfield, and I actually think this might be our very first review of our Bernice Summerfield Big Finish audio. This is Bernice Summerfield, The Plague Herds of Excelis. We're going to be reviewing that tonight. We're going to be getting to your comments live. And without further ado, Sophie, tell them what's going to happen tonight.
Spoilers! This is Sophie Aldred with The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS.
Hey, Vince, here we go. And welcome, fellow Whovians, to The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. My name is Christian Basil, and for those of you just joining us, thank you, welcome. Thank you for joining us. We are doing I guess we're doing the Excelis collection, for a better term. We did this on behalf of Anthony Head, who recently passed. For those of you who may not be familiar, Anthony Head was also Giles in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the TV series, as well as in Ted Lasso. In the first 3, the actual trilogy, Melanie, he was actually in them as playing 3 different roles of the same character, but we got a collection, so we are going to be reviewing the 4th part of the Excelis collection, which features Bernice Summerfield, better known as Lisa Bowerman, and one of our favorite Whovian people of all time, Katy Manning as Iris Wildthyme. So we're going to be reviewing that tonight. We'll get to your live chats. And I've gotten smaller. Hold on a second there. There we go. I was just this head for a while. So let's go ahead and bring on the team. There you go. That was another head. Why? Why are you out of focus? Why? Okay, never mind. Let's see if they get closer. This camera's just acting funny nowadays. Speaking of acting funny, let's go ahead and bring him on. It's Paparazzo.
Yes, they just had to pop in and scream in terror at the sudden close-up of Christian.
Gotcha.
I'm excited. This is going to be a great day. Yeah. No, this is going to be a great day. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're reviewing the 1977 classic Planet of the Dinosaurs.
That's right.
Isn't that's what we're doing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what we're doing. And
there we go.
Put that picture up because I was enjoying it a little bit more than I should. There we go. Thanks.
So I'm going to point. I just watched this movie. I literally just watched this movie, and
okay,
the 2 women both died before this battle ever takes place.
Oh, that's just
it's awful. It's soul crushing.
Fine.
All right, back to the real show though.
I don't know where we're going with that, but
I don't know. I had a plan. I went with it.
Okay, speaking of somebody who's actually, you know what? That's actually funny because we have no background, so there we go. I mean, this is the kind of show we've been having tonight. But somebody who's going to keep us in check is the lovely Melanie Dean. How you doing there, Melanie?
Melly tried
I'm the person. I was actually going to go, and then run.
Yeah, wait a minute, we can do that. Wait a minute.
No, we're good. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I can't wait to talk about this episode of Big Finish. It's, I'm going to go first. That's what's going to end up happening, but.
Let's just say I read some of the chats, some of our private chats together, and Melanie, after I read what she said, I was like, "Oh, you're going first." So, for those of you who aren't familiar with our process, it's 1 through 10, 1 being awful, 10 being great, and the numbers in between. That's how we rate our shows, and then whoever has the lowest number goes first. Speaking of going first, we can't do this unless we have the Who Knew News. Let's go ahead and bring in the lovely Gadget. Gadget, what's in the news today?
Well, my sources allegedly say that news has been drying up because of I pronounced it right before, didn't I? Tentative, whatever it is, to get the bids and everything.
What was it? Being placed in tenor or something like that?
Tender.
Right. Tender.
Because
BBC
like chicken tender.
Okay, that makes sense.
There you go.
Because too many people are too chicken to pick up the show. Basically, but BBC's got a foot in it. Supposedly, they're working on something right now. Allegedly, it could be AMC, because why would you buy almost the whole catalog and everything? And maybe one other if it does get announced and everything. But that's all alleged, people, on the path or the pyth or whatever it is you want to call it of Doctor Who right now, because people are getting too desperate. So they are good actors in there. So that you don't have to just watch Doctor Who to see these actors, right? You know that Jodie Whittaker, she's going to be at conventions and everything. She's going to be in Only Murders in the Building and Hulu crime comedy. She's going to be doing a pilot called Chicks with Ellen Pompeo. I can never pronounce names. I am so sorry, guys. And also, you have David Tennant with his new series, which talks about the psychological dealings with children in detention asylums and everything and stuff, like youth institutions and young offenders and everything. Like what it psychologically takes that toll on you and everything. So that's something to look forward to if you're like a psychology major or just want to see a different side of Tennant, how he would react in that situation versus his doctor persona and everything. Like I said, you got both of them going to be in Only Murders in the Building. And then you've got like Matt Smith showing up at GalaxyCon in GalaxyCon Columbus. He'll be there December 5th, hopefully, 2026. And just, it looks like for one day at the moment and everything. So let's see what happens, because right now you can catch him on his series that he's doing as well. But the best is Carol Ann Ford will be making appearances at conventions and everything. She appeared at AwesomeCon in Washington, D.C. Now she's going to be going to Gallifrey 1 in 2027. So hopefully get your tickets for that, because it's going to be February 5th through the 7th in 2027. Carol Ann Ford will make an appearance. And also, if you're in the UK right now, Phantom Events is doing October 30th through the 1st, their version of the Pandorica question and answer team with Sylvester, Sophie Aldridge, Daphne Ashbrook, Wendy Patterbury, Fraser Hines, Peter Purves, and also Carol Ann Ford. So guys, you'll be able to see your Whovian family. It's just that please be patient while everything is going on, because it will come back. And if it doesn't, we don't have a show, but at least, you know what? It brought happiness to some, kindness to others, and just go with it, because remember, we still have the cartoon series CB Babies. We still have other revivals. There could be spin-offs. Who knows? But just give them a chance to do this, because we already went through a couple of wilderness years. Like, just let them have their chance. But right now, the only thing that's happening right now is conventions, new pilots and series, and hopefully more news on who gets the bid on this.
Mm-hmm.
But please,
and by the way, but there is something new because the fugitive doctor got something just lately.
Maybe.
Yeah, go for it. If you want.
Maybe. Are you talking about the series, or are you talking about the Sonic? Because we talked about the Sonic last time.
Oh, we did?
Yep, we did. They just didn't put the pictures on.
Oh, okay. Oh, we didn't have the pictures. Well,
we didn't have the pictures. Yeah, because
there it is.
Yeah, because mine is somewhere over here and everything. Because I think it's now time for the homemade ones to make a scene again.
Oh, that's right. You mentioned your. There you go. You mentioned your Sonic, which looks, and this is just an example from another page. What the Sonic looks like from other perspectives.
Yeah,
it does look like a pen, though. It does look like a writing pen. So
that's what I'm saying. It's like that, and then she gives a hint that it might be part of Troughton, like a throwback to Troughton. So maybe something good, maybe something. But you guys have got to follow Circuit Breaker right now, and hopefully, Mel, you're working on that one, right? And everything. But otherwise, guys, be patient with Who, because I know we don't have anything, but we have the stars doing things like Big Finish and everything. So please just give love to Big Finish right now. And maybe if you guys want to make a contest to see who your doctor is, like we do all the time for fun here, but right now just let the studios work, because BBC is also going through a lot of changes as well. And they have to renew their contracts by December 31st, 2027. So we don't know what's happening with them yet. There is an article on their media blast if you guys want to read it and see what's happening in the world of BBC. But right now, let it just cool down and let everybody's heads clear. And just like Zach said, be kind and be patient and don't push any buttons.
Speaking of pushing the buttons, included in our Who Knew News.
Yeah, I was going to ask if anything's coming up.
Yep. Yeah, we got the Traveling TARDIS YouTube poll. This is the only place that you can participate is on the YouTube channel in our post. And the first question is, are you watching Doctor Who on AMC Plus? And this was the answer. 16% said I am, 34% said I am not, and 50% are just not going for another stream.
It's expensive. So that would be like,
yeah, it is expensive. But it's kind of what I saw. If you saw the responses, especially on some people when we asked the same thing on our Facebook page, we were something similar to our Facebook page. They were like, they were defaulting to their hard copies. They were defaulting to their DVDs. I'm like, I'm glad I bought the DVD. I'm just like, I have this. So
well, be careful with that right now, because there's a slogan going around that I don't know if we're allowed to say and everything because of physical media. If buying isn't owning, something isn't something.
Well, I heard about that. And
yeah. We're back to the 1970s and 80s when I got a guy.
It's physical media. I mean, what can they do? I mean, it's not like who's in trouble now? I think it's PlayStation. Sony PlayStation. Yeah,
and Crunchyroll and yeah.
Oh, so they're all doing it.
Gotcha. Anything Sony has touched allegedly has had a situation.
Gotcha.
That's why Prey Doctor does not end up in Sony's hands, allegedly.
Oh, I'll take anybody's hands at this moment who can do a little bit of a better job. But our second poll question is, which spinoff would you watch? We broke it down to 4 questions on the spinoff, and here you go. And guys, jump in. So, Melanie, the question is, which spinoff would you want to watch? Would you want to watch a River Song solo series, a unit series? I can hear Candyman jumping up and down, all that one. A Torchwood revival series, or the Paternoster Gang. And I was paying attention to the poll. The Paternoster Gang were at 50% for about a week.
How dare.
And then all of a sudden, I guess the question finally made its rounds to wherever the inner gods took them, and unfortunately they kind of dropped. But if you really think about it, it's almost a 4-way tie.
Well, I cannot hate on a River Song one, but I had voted Paternoster Gang.
Same.
Because I love the way the 3 of them work. I absolutely adore Dan Starkey, especially when he puts on that big potato suit. And it's just Strax. I love the hell out of that.
I think the 3 of them have great dynamics, and you know what? I wouldn't mind bringing Moffat back into, oversee
I
that
like the River
series.
song one because I want to see what she did with each Doctor.
Oh yeah, having Alex Kingston on, just being a spin-off and having the pleasure of seeing her again perform. Yes, absolutely. I can't hate with this poll.
No, it's actually a pretty good one.
It's a big potato. But I would love a River song too, and especially I only saw this on, well, technically I heard this on YouTube, and I think it came from the Light at the End, if I'm not mistaken, where River Song and Bernice Summerfield, because they're both architects, got together, and those two really went off on each other.
Architects,
like two architects in the room together.
Archaeologists.
Archaeologists.
I'm sorry, archaeologists. I apologize. One professor, one doctor at the time. You know how it is.
Yeah.
So, without further ado, Dave, what kind of show would you watch?
I went for Paternoster Gang as well.
Paternoster Gang.
Honestly, I would watch any of them.
Sure.
I'd be least likely to watch the Torchwood revival, only because I have not actually watched Torchwood.
We gotta do that for you, brother. We gotta.
Yeah, I just haven't had the reason to dig into it. And so it just keeps falling farther down the list of things that I watch in front of it.
Okay.
I'm not intentionally not watching it or anything like that.
Gadget, if we thought that they were going to do a Torchwood revival, do you think Captain Jack should be brought back, or do you think we should have an entirely new cast altogether?
I think they would have to do him back because of if they didn't make him immortal, then you could do a whole new cast and just have him in the background just as a voice, you know what I mean? Just as like a remembrance thing like Ianto and all that. But because he's immortal, he'd have to make at least one or two guest appearances.
Gotcha. So he would come in as something else.
Starting the series, like he would passing the torch.
Gotcha. So he would start the gang, but then he would
No
leave.
pun intended.
No. Yes, pun intended. So the last polling question: Fugitive Doctor has her own Sonic. What are your thoughts? I threw that one in the end. I didn't think anybody was going to go for it because it does look like it's.
You have missed the point of the internet if you thought no one was going to bite on that.
I know. Well, let me put it this way: I have a ceiling fan remote when I first saw it, and I showed you guys it, and it was just like it looks like my ceiling fan remote. So let me go down the screen, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Help boost the algorithm. Let people know that we're here. And
we're at 124 now.
There you go. It looks really good. 27%. It's okay. 10. I don't like it. 7. It's far better than the ceiling fan remote. So yeah, there we go. So I would think it. I think that's a positive.
I'm going to call that 80-something% is positive.
It's in the positive. Yes. So. Guys, what do you think about her remote?
Her remote.
Sonic screwdriver.
Oh,
shut it.
Vote was
one of those shows.
Yes.
Yep.
Melanie, what do you think about the pen?
I love it. I absolutely love it. I thought I like the fact that it's got the little clip for like a pen. So I'm like, why not? So I like it. I like the design.
Dave, your thoughts on the pen light?
I like it fine. I'm curious to see what they justify it, how they justify it, because she did say that she was too smart for a Sonic, and now she has a Sonic. So I'm curious. I'm sure there will be a justification for it somewhere in Circuit Breaker, but I'm curious to see what it is. I like it either way, but I'm just curious to see what they're gonna do, how they're gonna put it in there.
Didn't they say that the actual Sonic was going to have a big role in the story, if I'm not mistaken? Did I see that somewhere?
I think it's supposed to connect to one of the tracks that's on. That's how it ended up. And I'm trying to remember if it's the comic track or if it's the game track.
I see.
Because once Melanie gets it, we'll see where it links up. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. And Gadget, did you have any further news while we've got you here?
No, unless you guys have anything else planned for conventions coming up or anything, because you guys threw me for a loop with this one too, and everything. Because I'm gonna get the Sonic and everything. This is like, I need an electrician to fix this one. This died last convention.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the Who Knew News, but I just want to let people know if anybody was curious about this, I went to Michael's and they have their Halloween section out now, and I took
How many aisles?
Pictures, at least 3.
Damn.
They have the main one filled up. They actually moved the train set, what I call the train set, over to the main part of the store where all the Halloween stuff is at, and there's 2 aisles. And one of the aisles I was just geeking out over, but I took a picture of the traveling TARDIS. I should have brought the original shots just for a shot of what you see before and after, but I went ahead and manipulated a few pictures, and you can catch these on the traveling TARDIS Facebook page, and actually all of our social media is going to have this eventually. But I was just going around playing with the highlights, and this is what I came up with along the way. So it was just some fun stuff. That
one I like.
This one is my favorite.
Too bad you can't get it made into a like a curtain.
Can, I think.
Oh yeah.
And use that as the background for Halloween.
Yes, you get to find the right person. But I love that shot right there. And I had to actually go in there because there were sticks holding up. That's actually a painting leaning back, but that's what it came out to be.
Very cool.
So there. And I have the blue rotating spinning thing of death, which used to be my cursor. So it's not leaving. So Dave, if you can take down the picture.
All right, I can take down the picture. Yes, I can.
I'm surprised because I'm the one with rain and tornadoes here in the East Coast.
There we go.
Uh-oh.
Christian's lost. So we're gonna go back to this, and we're gonna talk about Planet of the Dinosaurs.
Stop showing
Let me tell you, this movie is something.
We're gonna get censored. You should have waited a little longer. We're gonna get censored.
I didn't put that up. Kristen put that back up.
So I don't know.
Trying to get rid of my.
So
picture.
finally, my computer is going to go shut it. Put it down. We're done here. Anyway, let's go ahead and get our numbers 1 through 10. Melanie, what did you rate this?
4.
4.
4.
4. The quattro.
It's worth listen. It's worth a listen. It's just not my favorite.
Dave, what did you rate this?
6.5.
6.5. Gadget.
1.
Oh.
It didn't get a 0. It got a 1.
Oh
because
my
the
God.
2 of them are bantering.
You're that person at the Price is Right who just is going to.
$1.
So, Melanie, I
Dala.
guess you're not going first after all. So as it stands, the lowest number is going to go first, but we will be right back. We're going to go for a commercial break because there's some things I got to fix up here. When we return, we're going to be reviewing the episode of the Quattro trilogy of the Excelis, the Plague Hordes of Excelis, starting with Bernice Summerfield and Iris Wildthyme. So we'll be right back. Stand by, folks. And we're going to commercial break. Enjoy.
I didn't listen to that voicemail. I'll tear open that letter you sent. Don't you tell your friends I want you back. I gotta leave you now and unread, because you've already said those words that switch my heart to dead from loving you. So you'll stay ghosted and I'll stay focused on sewing clothes. The spell stays unspoken, a dark silhouette of a marked man and broken. Right down, I didn't listen to that voicemail, a TikTok, that story you sent. Don't you reel me in to get me back. I'm gonna leave you now.
So what's your favorite Western? Is it this one, or maybe one of these? Is it a revisionist Western, an anti-Western, or maybe it's an all-time classic? Whether your favorite Western is in black and white, vibrant Technicolor, A spaghetti western, a neo-western, a comedy? Or maybe it's only really western in spirit? Whatever it is, this is the podcast dedicated to determining the top 100 westerns of all time. Every second Monday on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. It's Horses on Film.
Are you tired of toxic fandoms? Do you wish we could go back to being happy? So do we. We created the Happiness Patrol to get away from all of the toxicity in fandoms, in life, and so we decided we wanted to do a show about something that makes us happy. And in our second season, that's movies that make us happy. So join myself, Cameron, Scott, Jessica, and Melanie on Happiness Patrol at youtube.com/@happinesspatrolshow.
I'm author Mark Muncy.
And I'm author Erica Lance.
And this is Eerie Travels.
Greetings, travelers. Join us as we travel through folklore, myths, monsters, legends, and dark history.
Now, we'll be your guide to the spooky side of reality as we discuss cryptids, paranormal, and all things preternatural.
Sometimes we find the truth is way scarier than fiction.
We're on twice a week on your favorite podcast platforms, including iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, and YouTube.
We have amazing guests from all of the areas of the strange and unusual, including witnesses, investigators, and more.
Yeah, with Erica's curiosity and ridiculous array of pop culture and true crime knowledge.
And Mark's decades of experience diving into folklore and the legends with the truth that's behind them.
Yeah, so join us, travelers, as we take you to the edge of reality, and we'll see you on the other side.
This is Sophie Aldred with The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS.
And this is Melanie. This is what we're going to be opening up and sampling. This is the hazelnut, the nut house.
Yes.
This is actually my new favorite now. This is my new favorite. Yes. Until next week, and I'm sure something is going to change on that one. So, but yeah, this is the last one that we have. But don't fret. When we go to our conventions in August and September, we will have a plethora more that you can get, and it's only available at our the conventions I'll be going at. But you can also get them online. But if you want to help support the Traveling TARDIS, get them at the conventions, Epic Verse and Ancient City Con, which we'll be talking about a little bit later. So that's going to be all it for now. So for those of you, welcome back to The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. My name is Christian. I've got Melanie, Dave, Gadget, and we've got this going on out here. For those of you who might be new to the series, we are going to be reviewing the 4th episode of the series known as the Excelis collection. And this wraps up the Excelis stories. The ones that we've had are Excelis Dawns with the 5th Doctor, Excelis Rises with the 6th Doctor, and Excelis Decays with the 7th Doctor, which was very ouchy as far as the feels are concerned out there. And Rose says, right, folks, iPad not working right until next time. Okay, well, we hope it gets better there, Rose. Thank you for joining us tonight there. We'll see you next time. And of course, you can always watch this whenever, because it is streaming whenever you want to. So tonight we're going to be reviewing the Bernice Summerfield episode, The Plague Herds of Excelis, starring Lisa Bowerman and Miss Iris Wildthyme, better known as Katy Manning. You know her as Jo Grant. So in order of how we do this, we go always, those of you just joining us the first time here, we always go with the lowest number last and the highest number first. And for once, Melanie is going to take the side. Gadget, you rated it 1. You have to tell us one thing you liked, and I don't know if you're going to be able to, and one thing you didn't like. The arguing.
The arguing, because it was funny as anything, the banter. I'm used to those like Abbott and Costello type bantering and stuff, and and like, oh, come out of left field and all this other stuff. Who's on first? What's on second? That's what I felt like I was watching.
Gotcha.
It was a comedy of errors. It just, I'm waiting for the Doctor. I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for that. I thought with the ending of this, it would bring full circle to the first one to make sense of the debauchery that I had to listen to, because like I said, it did not make sense. It was doing good and everything. I'm like, oh, easy figure. So let's see how they got to that point. Mm-hmm. They missed the whole mark, and I think the bus just kept sailing. I think Miss Frizzle just frizzled out.
Okay, so for you, the one thing you didn't like was basically the gist of the story, the whole story.
I thought this was going to make it come full circle, and that was I didn't like about it. Okay. That it didn't make it, because I'm thinking, oh, this is what happened. He lives forever and blah, blah, blah. And he turns into that in the beginning. And I'm like, oh, that would be cool. No. Like I said, Miss Frizzled out in the bus and everything. Yeah. But the bantering was fun.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Gadget. This is just like, with the exception of the banter, was there anything else that had a redeeming quality? Just one thing?
I don't know, because the bag, this, and like I said, it was just that Bernie was yelling at Iris because Iris shouldn't just not have gotten that bag, and all. Like I said, it just was a old vaudeville to me. That went bad.
Well, Melanie, we're talking old vaudeville, but you gave it a 4.
Gave it 4.
Not too much better, but a heck of a lot what Gadget gave.
Yeah.
So,
no.
One
fair.
good thing, one bad thing. What was the good thing that you found in this story?
The performances were very good. Once again, Katy Manning she's such a vivacious person. Her enthusiasm it's infectious in everything she does. Especially when it calls for it. So the character of Iris is just bombastic. She's out there. She's larger than life. So it is a pleasure to hear her again. And this is the first time I've listened to Lisa Bowerman as Bernice Summerfield. So this was a complete introduction to the character for me. And I did like her. I liked her at the beginning, her kind of talking to the computer. I feel like I got a good vibe off the characterization herself. How, she's another archaeologist, kind of making money however she, little blessed gig worker. Mm-hmm. But yeah, and then I like how she's on the run and all that kind of fun stuff. So it's very River Song-y adjacent. So no, that was nice. I liked that. I did like Jolene at the very end came back. I did like some loose ends that they did tie back. So like Jolene showing up. They did mention Grey Vorn once. But but I felt it was a little disconnected on, at least they did explain kind of how the relic got there in the first place. So in the first episode, she didn't remember anything. Right. And I'm just thinking, okay, it's just Iris being kind of funny. So at least they kind of explained that she was, absconded with, mind controlled, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But it came so quickly that it was almost like at the very end, so here comes the bad things I didn't like about it. It just felt disjointed. I didn't feel like the script had the beats that I personally like, and I was confused. It was a little disjointed in times for me. We're talking about the plague hordes of Excelis, and I don't hear, and then it's like until like the very, very, I don't know, at least the minimum halfway point, if not fourth quarter-ish, the end of the third quarter, more towards the fourth, that we end up hearing about the plague hordes themselves, or they're actually doing something where the populace is extremely scared of. Bonus points for catapults throwing livestock, very Monty Python. That's kind of cool, having an automatic I
love a cow launcher.
You're weaponizing your deceased. That's that's another win for me. Right. But yeah, it was just and then again at the end, that's when I really just felt like it felt a little just disjointed for me. I didn't know exactly. It felt like it was just, we're wrapping up here the story. Here we go. So yeah, not the best thing in the world for me. But I do want to listen to more Bernice Summerfield because I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued.
So she's your gateway drug to Bernice Summerfield now.
Yeah, I'm willing to give her another listen.
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
Because Bernice actually gets the title. If Paul McGann gets the title of the longest running doctor in Big Finish, Bernice Summerfield gets the longest running title of her own series and being the companion of the doctor. Okay. So we got a lot of Bernice to cover. If you like her, then definitely you're gonna be liking her series when we start going into it. My introduction to Bernice Summerfield was the all-consuming fire, which is actually the Seventh Doctor, Bernice Summerfield, Sherlock Holmes, played by Nick Briggs, and Dr. Watson. And there's this little flirtation going on, spoilers, between Dr. Watson and Bernice Summerfield, which is actually fun to listen to. I do highly recommend that story. It's Seventh Doctor and Sherlock Holmes. How can you go wrong out there?
Right.
So
hooked me.
There you go. So hopefully something that we review out there. Also, I was going to mention, you mentioned Monty Python. That discovery for me with the herds being catapulted, I don't know why it drew me back to Baron Munchausen. And the moment they open up the doors and they find out the war's over, it kind of harkened back to that, because it was like, what you really think is going on outside is not type deal. So when the doors open, when they get out and they find out about the herds, and all I'm thinking about is like they're just chucking herds.
What about the time bandits?
Yeah, the time bandits could work. Yeah, time bandits could work too on that. But speaking of time bandits, you gave it a 6.5. You gave it a 6.5, right?
Yep.
Okay.
On the cow launcher thing, first thing that always comes to my mind is there was an old I think it was the first South Park video game, had a multiplayer arena battler, and one of the weapons was a cow launcher.
Oh my god!
And it launched a cow, and you get this udder in the screen. It was ridiculous, and I loved it. So that's that. Anytime you're flinging cows around, that's what goes into my head.
Okay.
Just to point that out. But no, this was an interesting one to listen to, and I think kind of for all of us, because it is for most of us our introduction to Bernice Summerfield.
Yes.
It comes fairly late in her sequence. She started in 1992 in the books from Virgin, And for those who also don't know who the heck we're talking about, and it was through a quirk of that contract that she's survived. The rights, normally you write a book, the rights go to BBC or the rights go to the book publisher, Virgin. This contract had the rights go back to the original author.
Oh.
So they were able to continue, even when they lost the Doctor Who license, they were able to continue with those books.
Mm-hmm.
Big Finish Audio got turned down for the Doctor Who license, but were able to do Bernice Summerfield. So
right.
Bernice Summerfield was the first Big Finish Audio in the Whoniverse. So that's kind of just there's some interesting factoids for you. But it is a weird point to jump on. So I definitely would love to read. Well, maybe read.
Well, actually, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I think I should have had some descriptor of Bernice Summerfield, because if I'm not mistaken, she, like you said, she started as a seventh Doctor companion in the Virgin novels. 1996, they started Bernice Summerfield, and actually, from what I understand, she was like a failsafe. Only if they had not obtained the Doctor Who rights for Big Finish, and at that time weren't getting as of yet. So Bernice Summerfield, just in case they didn't get the Doctor Who stuff, because if you notice in this episode, it's actually considered Bernice Summerfield's run. The word TARDIS is not mentioned. It's bigger on the inside, and there's certain vocabulary that the BBC would not allow the Big Finish productions to have. So they kind of kept them like separate. So almost like Bernice Summerfield was her own series, and she is. But when they started finally, once I think it was 1997, once they finally got the rights finally back from Doctor Who, now you're seeing her with the Seventh Doctor, the Fifth Doctor, and now she's coming in. Now we can bring in the word TARDIS. Now that's coming in. I was reading that somewhere about that, because I was trying to figure out, this is also Iris Wildthyme's technically her second story technically, when you're talking about the series, the Excelis collection. Yeah, this is technically Iris Wildthyme's first story as well in Big Finish Audio, which really makes it even more confusing. But I just want people to know Bernice Summerfield is an archaeologist, the first one before River Song, and I strongly recommend, if you can find it on YouTube, find Bernice Summerfield and River Song having just a little tit for tat, because they're both archaeologists in their own right, and they're both time traveling archaeologists. And I would say that River Song would not exist unless Bernice Summerfield kind of paved the way for her a little bit there. Arguably, also, thanks to a book called The Dying Days, probably the first companion to make out with the Doctor. But they leave that interpretation open in The Dying Days, where basically Bernice is like, I think she jumped on the Doctor or started unbuttoning his shirt, and then it goes to blackout. So they hinted that something had happened between the two of them.
Oh my.
But yes.
Oh my.
That is just the case. That I just want people to know a little bit more about Bernice Summerfield, who may not be that. We may delve into it when we review her more. But Dave, continue. I'm sorry. I appreciate you bringing that up so that we could elaborate on her character.
And I am excited to delve into more of her, because she's an interesting character, and that is one of the things I like about it. Is even though I came into this blind as far as that character is concerned, they were still able to catch me up. You got that she's an archaeologist. She's got a history. You find out she's got a kid. That is less relevant, but it's character development. There's actual, you learn who this character is, and I think they did that in part because they had this trilogy that they'd already done, and this is being tacked on. So they're hoping to bring in more people from that trilogy, listener-wise, into this Bernice Summerfield story and get sales of the Bernice Summerfield line. But I really did like that character exploration, I guess. Character development is not accurate. Character exploration, I think, is more accurate. And I really did appreciate that, knowing that it is something that is, like I said, coming in blind otherwise. As far as what I did love the cow launchers, and I did love the banter. You know, there's a lot to love in this. And I think if I knew who Bernice, having already said that it was good coming in blind, I think if I knew who she was and I knew some of her history, I think I might have even liked this more. I think if I were to review this in a few years after we've done a few Bernice Summerfield's audios, I might rate this higher. To be fair, I might also rate it lower. It's hard to say what your comparison is, but I really think that they did a good job with that. I didn't love the explanation of the handbag of the relic.
Of the relic.
It just seemed weird.
Yeah, the whole bomb and it's a fuse and that kind of thing.
And it didn't come in. I'm glad we had that. It's what we were missing. It's why I gave Excelis' Decay is such a low rating. This is the stuff we needed in that one.
I agree.
Quite frankly, I would have loved to have seen Anthony Stewart Head in this as the villain, carrying that character forward one more time and carrying it full circle. I think it would have been they would have had to make a few changes before to do that. But I think that would have been nice. But I'm glad they had that explanation in there. I'm glad they brought back Iris. I said it when we did Dawn's. I love Iris Wildthyme. She's one of my favorite characters. Absolutely adore her. And I think we should do more on her as well. And it's just
I'm down. I'm down for that.
Yep. So she's such a unique character and has so much fun stuff. But yeah, I didn't love the actual explanation. It seemed to diminish Iris, that she was so easily manipulated into doing this. And I didn't love that. But it is really good overall. I think it could have been better. But like I said, this is what Excelis Decays should have been. It really it ties up the loose knots a little bit stumblingly, admittedly, but at least it's finished it. Whereas we had no real resolution at the end of the trilogy. It's like, oh, we might have nuclear war here.
Yeah.
Oh well, bye.
Yeah.
Whereas this at least comes in and explains, yeah, we had that, but humanity survived.
But everything's fine now.
Yeah. We don't know how far ahead we've jumped. That's something I kind of disliked about all of this entire quadrilogy. We never know exactly how far ahead we've jumped.
Yeah.
We just have to assume we've jumped a whole far amount until they mention something offhandedly. So
I'm glad you mentioned.
Go ahead,
Dave. I'm glad you mentioned that because there was at one point I thought it would have been cool if this episode somehow slid between the 6th and the 7th Doctor. Like they did something that would have manipulated. I know it doesn't care. It came at the end, but I thought that would have been cool if somehow that story just like somehow manipulated things so that when it got to the 7th Doctor, when it finally decays, that those two were involved somehow. They somehow manipulated like a Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead type deal, where they influence things, and then it gets to the 7th Doctor, and it's like, oh, this. But yeah, you're right. It still didn't pan out. But what would you think about that if the story were in the middle somewhere?
I think it works well as an ending.
Okay.
I think it certainly could have worked it out if they did a few rewrites. I could see this being a mid thing. having the Doctor in with Bernice is something they that would have worked. She would have known who the Doctor is and trusted him, as opposed to the friction that there was between her and Iris, not knowing each other, not knowing what's going on. That created some drama, not having the Doctor there. And then at the very end going, oh, here's all the pennies dropping. Yeah. Oh, and I would like to point out they never confirm who and what Iris is in the first one either.
Right.
They hint that her bus is a TARDIS. Yep. They don't say it there either. And they could. They have every licensing reason that they could. They intentionally didn't. They didn't call her a time lady.
You actually heard the TARDIS groaning in the background of her. Bus So you knew.
But you never actually get that full confirmation.
Yeah, because she says that she didn't have a dimensional stabilizer, so she can't be bigger on the inside like the other ones that typically are. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, exactly. So I think this worked better without the Doctors in it. I think it could have worked as a midpoint in the series, but I think overall it worked better. We got more out of it because it was not the Doctor.
What did you think about the trial at the beginning? Because I felt like there was no reason for it. I think they really wanted to just set the trial of the Empress so that she could become Empress. You know, that whole spiel of, I think they were trying to like set the tone of this is what the government's like of the new planet. And to me,
in the coronation that was going on.
Yeah. And it was we'll allow you to become the
I got so confused.
I was like, this is going long. I don't think it was necessary. I think that could have been edited out, streamlined, and then toss the time of that and put more on the meat on the bones at the end.
Yeah. I think that would have helped as well. I didn't mind the scene in itself. But I agree. Of all of the show, that is the least necessary. It sets very little up. It doesn't set nothing up, but it sets up very little of the plot. It doesn't bring in a lot of details that make a giant difference. It's nice world building, but it is not necessary world building. It's not earth-shattering world building, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, because the only thing that, like in the beginning, I think they were also trying to push the idea of like, oh, we don't have any technology. And it was weird how they can recognize technology, because the Empress, like at the very end, I mean, when they see the bus, they're like, oh my God, technology. And I'm going, but really? You could recognize what it is, and it's kind of a big word than just to use the word bus. But it was kind of, for lack of a better term, I just feel like it was just a little haphazard. It was like, that's okay, right. So anyway,
I think it was when you come to that, I think it was the acknowledgement that society had gone back, that they weren't moving forward, and that after decay, the society had gone back to fire, had gone backwards, especially now that they were having the war with the barbarians, that this war was exhausting all of their resources and, exhausting people, and now all of a sudden exhausting their livestock. But that's what I took when I heard it's just like, oh, technology. It's kind of like living in a world like we are today, and then all of a sudden being moved right into going camping outside,
going into Outlander,
going into Outlander, and everything's lost because of the wars, because of resources just being plundered. I'm sure for wars, for food, for famine, all that. That's what I got from that their society went backwards. But
it's almost like they came in, crashed on a planet full of dinosaurs.
Yes,
and had to
segue.
The madam is not going to like that.
I had to. I'm sorry, I had to take that joke. But no, seriously though, that
was good though.
It was very, very much that they knew that they had lost the technology. It's not that they no longer recognized technologies; they knew they had no longer had access to this technology.
Yeah.
Would that be a good thing? Because after you see what the world is like now with technology,
but do we really want to go back to medieval
I'd
times?
sit there with the
where it
popcorn
works?
and the crochet hook while everybody's trying to figure out what to do. I'll be literally sitting there because the way we're going right now, we might end up back to the dinosaur era. We're going back to physical media.
I'm gonna fling some cows. Give me a catapult. Bring back the trebuchet. Bring back the trebuchet. Siege war weapons, people.
Well,
siege weapons. What
if
we
you
need.
dressed like a cow, Chick-fil-A was giving out free food.
Oh my god!
Someone actually brought a cow. Yes. So I'm just saying, like,
no, stop.
Christian.
Yes, sir.
What's your rating? Let's get us back on track. Christian, what's your rating?
I don't know. I was glowing with the
we're
cows.
trying to
I was
kill
liking
time.
this a little bit, but I was just like, yeah, this show's gone really off the rails. Yep, I gave it a 6. just like Dave, I gave it a 6.5. As funny as it sounds, Melanie, it's my favorite of the 4.
What?
That's not saying much.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's like
Fair.
saying, it's like saying, out of the 10th place, who's your favorite? The 7th, the 8th, 9th, or 10th place person? It's just like, yeah. So here's my take on this. I really think I have to put all the collection together because there's no way of. Because one of the things I like to do is, okay, if it didn't go the way that I planned, how would I go in a different direction? How could I make it better? And there was such, in the negative side, there was so much potential that was squandered. And it just felt like they were trying to do a quick storyline that deserved to have its own epic. Because it was all in there and it was all played, but it was just like, this wasn't a one story off type deal. This was like a full box set waiting to happen. I truly think what should have happened is that it should have been the first episode, 5th Doctor, Iris, and I don't remember the 3 characters that Anthony played. So Greyhorn. I think in the second episode, it should have been 6th Doctor, Iris, and that guy. And
Reeve.
then you're
sorry.
Go ahead.
I thought it was Reeve, like some Reeve. That Reeve.
I think you're right. If anybody wants to put it in the chats, great. I'm just going to say Anthony's character. I'll just say that. When it came to the 3rd episode, it should have been 7th Doctor, Iris, and Anthony's character, and it should have built up. And I think then there's the 4th part where it should have been all 3 doctors, Iris, Anthony's whatever character that Anthony is morphed into. What was the girl's name? God, I'm just losing.
Bernice Summerfield.
No, not Bernice.
Jolene. No.
Yeah.
The Mother Superior.
The mother, not the Mother Superior, the other girl. Shoot.
Jolene was at the end to this one.
Jolene, yes. Jolene.
Okay.
And I think it would have been cool if the episode started with Bernice accidentally tripping into Excelis. I think what should have happened, and when it came to the conclusion of the episode, you would have had a big epic battle with whatever Anthony Head's character would have been right there, the Mother Superior, all those versus the 5th, the 6th, the 7th Doctor, Iris Wildthyme, and now Bernice Summerfield's in the mix. And it would have led up to this moment where you would have learned at this moment, oh, Iris, why were you always coming back for this? Why didn't you just pick up the handbag? And she goes, oh, here's the reason why. And then we could have dipped into the stories of the other 3 where Iris is slowly getting her memory back, but she keeps forgetting to get the handbag because her memory's still twisted. She doesn't know why she's trying to pick back up the relic. And the 4th episode, it comes to all of its conclusion. And I would have loved to have the 3 doctors, as I mentioned in the Decay review, the three doctors having that discussion about if they were to go to heaven or hell. And now there's three of them, not just the doctor just moping by himself, but now the three of them are asking that question, and they're all in the room together. I thought that would have been a great potential discussion for the three of them. He literally is talking to himself now about whether he's going to go to heaven and hell. And I think it would have been a very big epic series for the Excelis series. That's how I would have framed it. Being the best part about this is that it is better of the four stories because of Katy and Lisa. They really made it fun to be there, and I kind of like, to hell with the story. I just want to hear these two, fight it out. But even the story wasn't supporting their characters. It was kind of like, it was kind of just, how do the other YouTubers say it? It happened because it made the story go. And that's how I felt about the trial, everything. This had to happen to make the story go.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it was just a potential squandered. I would think that would be my biggest concern about how the Excelis series ran up until this point. It was cute. It was funny to hear those two banter. I'm agreeing with that with Gadget, because it just made the whole series, and I think there was so much potential. But again, it only ran for an hour for a story that I think should have been an entire box set. And it would have been loads of fun. And I think it would have done really a good service for Anthony to play four characters. And when he got to the fourth character, the madness went completely, he went completely ape. I love that developing.
But that's what I meant. Like the first episode, I'm thinking, when I kept telling you guys, like, oh, the zombie things and stuff, all right? I'm like, my brain is going like, oh, that's what happened. And I want to see how that happened. But that was a letdown in the last one, because I thought maybe he had traveled to her time, and then they got the zombies, and that's how part one started, because he had gone back with the time travel and stuff, because we didn't know what time they were in. So it was like, that's why I was upset, because I was like, oh, great, I'm going to find out how he became a zombie. Because of that talking and everything in the head.
Yeah.
And it just dropped. It just went flip.
Like I said, so much potential, so much time just
that needs a reboot.
Things. It was great. Unfortunately, Anthony's passed. So but at least we have it to listen to if we ever want to hear six and Anthony banter, or 7 and Anthony banter. But I do love the bantering between the two. But I think this would have been more epic especially at the final stage, when all three of the doctors get together. Bernice is there, Iris is there, and they finally figured out, oh yeah, this is actually a bomb. This whole thing has been a ticking bomb. The people have been the fuse that's been lighting it up. And for Iris to actually kind of have some kind of connection or sorrow for, being the person who put this together, and the doctors to be there to kind of like, hey, being a Time Lord, this is, we know what we're doing, you don't, kind of deal. And that's my opinion on that. Do I recommend this for anybody? I think just be prepared to listen to it once and you'll probably be done with it. This is not a series that you would probably listen to again, except if you want to hear Anthony Head. But I think the whole story was done unjustly. But yeah, I would recommend hearing it once, but I wouldn't go with high expectations. I hate saying that about a Big Finish anything.
I'm glad I listened to it. I can't say that it was a waste of time or anything like that. I did.
Yeah.
There was enjoyment in there, and I am glad that I did listen to the performances and everything. Is it going to be my highest ranking? You've got to must listen to this. I'm going to fawn over it. No, but it was just a delight to listen to. I'm going to listen to a Doctor Who kind of fun story for talking about the whole series. And yeah, there's some good notes. There's some notes, but it was a pleasure to listen to on the whole.
And here's the funny part, Gadget. I was actually able to listen to it on the app for whatever reason.
You actually got the app to work because people were complaining.
I wouldn't say I got the app to work. What happened is that because I locked it in on the collection already, and it was already preset to go, all I did was push the button, and for some reason it managed to play it, but I couldn't rewind it.
Oh, okay.
If I wanted
that
to
was
go back
another
and
complaint.
So I was kind of like stuck. I was just like, I'm just going to listen to it straight through. Hopefully I don't, I was able to pause it, but I couldn't rewind it. I'm like, okay, I did not understand trust me, I wanted to rewind that thing like 3 times and I wasn't unable to. So I was just like, oh, okay, I'll just run the gauntlet and hope for the best. So
I listened through the app and I had no problems.
Yeah.
So the worst problem I had was it wouldn't, the sleep mode didn't work. So I'd say stop at the end of this and it wouldn't stop. Oh well. Oh, horror of horrors! It continued on, and I have to manually stop it.
I'm not defending. I don't want to defend things in this nature, but you know what, people. All I'm going to say is I'm going to give Big Finish a chance, get their act together. I don't know why. I just wish they would come out and announce, either a deadline or how far they've gotten with the app, because I love listening to the app. I love listening into the car sometimes. When I'm driving a long distance going somewhere. But I've seen a lot of shade being thrown a Big Finish way. I understand it. I'm not saying I condone it. I'm just saying I totally understand why it's there. And I think in Big Finish's defense, if they would just come out and just say, hey, we're working on that. We're hoping to have this resolved by whenever, or this is the steps that we've gotten to, and this is, the next level. I wish they would just say something, as opposed to, we know there's a problem. I'm like, okay, let us know what you're doing, and at least we know you're doing something about it. So,
right,
that's my opinion on that.
Okay. That's interesting. No, I know, because I honestly I have personally not encountered any issues. So,
and maybe, and more power to you if that's the case. Totally more power if it's working for you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when I went to the app, there were no pictures. You have the covers of all the episodes. There were no covers. When I went to when I went to go to the episode, I couldn't find it, but it was already preset to play on my app because it was the next story to play. So luckily, all I had to do is hit the push play, and that was it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love when I'm working. Sometimes we need more power. Why is my
Christian, I just sent you something because I didn't know if I was gonna say it tonight or anything, but I know there's a lot of I know I've been out of character right now because of something, because my friend had just passed away that was in the con circuit. He had posed with the Legend of Traveling TARDIS all the time and always rated our show. I just sent you 2 of the pictures. He was he also knew the 501 and everything. So
Dave, can you upload those 2 pictures? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I can try and do that. Yeah.
If you can try.
I just didn't know if any of our fans were watching or anything and stuff who might have known him from the conventions and everything.
While we're getting those pictures up. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want you to just to see them if you guys do want to post it or not or anything. But that's why I'm a little out of it right now. I'm just watching because everybody's been posting today and stuff.
No, that's fair.
Yeah. And I want to apologize to the fans because that's why I was out of it too.
No, that's okay. Well, I was going to say, anybody else have anything that they want to add before we wrap up?
Yeah.
While we're getting the pictures up out there, and I'm sorry for the loss of your friend there, Gadget.
I can't because she sent them directly to you, Christian.
Oh, can you send them to the main?
I can't see them at all.
The main chat.
Let me see if I can send them to TARDIS. I'm sorry, guys.
No, that's okay.
No.
Well, while those pictures are pulling up, let's go ahead.
Do they have anything?
Well, let me tell you about this movie I saw.
No, shut up. I'm just looking at Leela's loincloth. That's about it. Moving on, for those of you who want to see us locally, Epicverse taking place August 21st and the 22nd. Free admission, free parking. It is located. I got to find the list there. I'm sorry. It's located at Northland Church on 522 Dog Track Road in Longwood, Florida. Again, it's free admission, and this is one of their first conventions, and we'll be there with the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. I'll also be selling Kitchen Killer's barbecue sauce, as well as the coffee shop of horrors. I'll be restocking that, and I'm hoping, Melanie, I'm going to be hoping, because if I sell out regardless at Epic First, I'm going to be bringing the spiced pumpkin to Ancient City Con.
Heck yeah.
So again, free parking, free
Yes,
entry. You
boys.
don't have to worry about it. It's fun for the whole family, and they encourage the entire family to come. So come check us out there. And speaking of Melanie, we're going to be having Ancient City Con be taking place September 25th through the 27th at St. Augustine, Florida.
Woohoo.
Get your tickets now at Ancient City Con. It's going to be me, Melanie, Chrissy, and the Daleks of Florida. They'll all be invading St. Augustine. Again, September 25th through the 27th. It's located at the World Golf Village Renaissance Resort in St. Augustine, Florida. Get your tickets now. Get your room if you want to stay in the same hotel. And Melanie, we got to find a time where all of us are going to get together and dine at Caddy Shack on Saturday night. We got to do
Meetup time.
Meetup time.
Woo.
Right after everything.
Have a drink for
And
me.
I'm sorry if it sounds like we definitely will. And I'm sorry if I'm reading this. I'm still getting more information about that, so I apologize. This is Candyman's deal, as well as Jessamine. By the way, guys,
Did you get in touch with her?
4 days she will be Mrs. Campbell.
What?
4 or 5 days from now, our good Jessamine will be Mrs. Campbell.
Congrats.
So that's why she's been totally busy. Besides traveling the universe, she has going to be Mrs. Campbell in 3 to 4 days, I believe, or 4 to 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
So Gallifrey Gathering, Doctor Who Celebration. Going to be thrilled to announce they've got Joe Martin, they've got Sylvester McCoy, Katy Manning, Wendy Padbury, and Michael Troughton will be there. And that's I'm hoping they'll give me some updated flyers. This is going to be taking place on one day, Sunday, 15th of November, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. I'm assuming UK time. How do you
Yes, I would assume that.
get your
Yes,
tickets
sounds
now at parallelworldevents.com?
Might be cheaper than Disney. Just go out there.
You get your tickets there. We don't know the prices as of yet. Wait, actually, they do.
Yep.
$41 a ticket, including fees. Okay. So that includes everything. $41. And I really want to meet Katie someday. Jesus, for the love of God, please. I want to see her. So get your tickets as well to this event. I think this is going to be the first of their event, which is a Doctor Who celebration. And that is actually, I think Jessamine is putting it on.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the end of our convention runs. Does anybody have anything else before
You were able to get the pictures up, Christian?
Dave?
Yep, they're there.
Okay.
Dave did it.
This is my friend. He does all the convention scenes. That's his book he published. It's The Anatomy of a Cosplayer. And basically, he's a fan of The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. He has promoted us like crazy. Passed away of cancer last week. And all the fans he's touched over with the conventions and stuff. Like everyone knows him, 501. Everyone, he's helped everybody out, and great person. And to his wife Jackie and everybody, like everyone's just like writing and stuff. So that's why I've been trying to hold back this, because I met him at it was called Another Freaking Con with the real life Peter Griffin, and we got to talking. And he's an old Bronx boy who moved out to Jersey. And he's been entertaining. He loves DC Marvel. He loves Doctor Who, and he loved all of us. So he always kept telling everybody, just watch, learn, and just be yourself. Always be kind. And
I'm sorry, what was his name again?
James P. Hannon.
James.
And that's his book, like, and everything. Because that was the first picture I took of him with his wife Jackie for us at the Legend of Traveling TARDIS, and. He loved it. He said he loved the bit. He loved everything. And his Flash was his favorite. And the two of them, inseparable. They've been sweethearts from day one and everything. So I know a lot of the fans know him and who watched TARDIS and who are in the 501. So they all know who he is and stuff. And I just want to give him a nice tribute, because between him and Simon, as you just put Simon up and everything, those two like had the same personality, like big teddy bears and stuff,
Well, James, rest in peace wherever you're at, and to of course, the friends and family of James, all of our love, hope, and prayers for for you guys, and we're here at the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Thank you, James, for all your support. Thanks for your geekdom, and awesome cosplay as the Flash too. So lovely, and it looks like you made a friend out of Gadget. So
I wanted him to come on the show one day to talk about his book, but never got anything. You always have to catch those moments when you can.
Live life and get to know people as much as you can, because you never know,
when angels have to go home. Yeah,
exactly. Speaking of angels, we've got ours over here.
Yep,
Simon. So before we go, we're going to be saying goodnight, Simon, as a tribute to our good friend who passed last year. What we'll be doing next week, I have no clue. So, I think we may be returning to.
Because I have those pictures if we are going to the next episode.
I think we will be returning to reviewing the TV series. So I forgot what episode
I have no idea what episode we're on.
We'll keep an eye on it.
Whatever episode we were on, we'll go to the next one.
Keep an eye on the social media, our Facebook, YouTube channel, Twitch, X, gotta remember them all, Instagram. Wherever you see us, check us out. We will have that information, and of course we're going to have our shorts, and as we get closer to Halloween and the holidays, we'll be flipping things over for our Halloween and Christmas holiday special. So we're going to be getting into that as well. We may have a special guest around Halloween as well to interview. I'm almost locked this in, so
it's me.
It's going to be a monster of a good time. That's all I'm going to say.
Uh-oh.
Dave, where can people find you?
You can find me all over the internet. You can find me on every other Monday on Horses on Film, youtube.com/@horsesonfilm. You can find me on Happiness Patrol first Thursday of every month at Happiness Patrol Show. And in between all that, I've got my regular channel, youtube.com/theRatHole, DOTCA. That's theratHole.ca, but YouTube does not like URLs in their URLs.
And Melanie, where can people find you?
You can find me at on Instagram at Pieces of Melee. If I'm pointing to it correctly, I'm not sure if my thing's meant mirroring or not. Am I?
You are.
Yay! Yeah, that way.
You got it.
Appreciate it. So yeah, teeny tiny little thing over here. Yep. Sometimes you can see me on Happiness Patrol. Or most of the time you can see me there. Sometimes you'll see me on Horses on Film. Sometimes you'll see me on. Sorry, I had a cough. Earth Station Who. We're doing that once a month right now. We just finished some the top episodes for each Doctor kind of thing. But yeah, and other than that, I am just working my little butt off.
And speaking of working our butt off, Gadget, where can people find you?
Mostly taking care of family in the apartment, and going to be at this August 1st, Bronx Conime and Anime Comic Con and everything. Anime NYC, hopefully my cosplay can be finished by then. And Lulu.com to pick up the books, because I need an income, guys. They just proved that there are ghost jobs out there, not real jobs. So this is a real job. So please, guys, I need the money so I can actually get to New York Comic Con, because I may or may not have a ticket per se, as they are limiting press for everything and making sure you have credentials, even photo credentials. So everything is getting really tight in the industry. So guys, need the money. The $100 at Anime NYC for a photo pass.
Well, it's not only just need the money, but these are good books, so you're actually getting something out of it. So
yeah, I mean, you got one for autism and dyslexia. You got one to figure out what the hell happened in the UK before the pandemic, because that was in 2006. Believe it or not, that was in 2016 when I went. So imagine life before, when we actually had the Doctor Who exhibit.
All right. Without further ado, don't forget, before you leave today, don't forget we're going to be saying goodnight to Simon. There we go.
Yeah,
and
this way.
This way.
We have them this way.
You're mirrored.
I'm mirrored.
Yeah.
I'm mirrored?
Yeah. You're the correct. That's the correct way. So
that is the correct way. Okay.
Yep. Correct way now.
Nope. Yep.
Well, that sucks. Anyway,
we'll fix it. We'll fix that.
Good night to Simon. And without further ado, until the next adventure, Tony, take us out. Thank you all for joining us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on the way out. Good night, Simon.